So for today's project, I'm going to be working on Crusty's air filter. Underneath the driver's seat, you're going to see this box, and this rectangular box is what holds that filter in place. In order to get into here, a lot of people have felt like you have to take some of this apart, and I was reading on ToyotaVanTech.com. So all you really need to do is be able to pop these clips. There's 4 clips around the outside edge of this box. You'll notice one clip right here. If you can get those unhooked and pop this guy up, it's just enough to slide the filter out and then slide the next one in. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get to see me try to struggle with this a little bit. One of the tricks I think that they had said, even though these are brittle, especially after a long time, you need to be careful removing it. But if you remove this airflow hose, it will actually make this easier to move up and down. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take this off. This connects your throttle body to the whole air exchange system. Now, with this being as old as it is, there's always a possibility it's going to be brittle. If you crack this or you end up with problems in there, you're going to need to replace it. We'll see how much this alters how well the van runs after I put it all back together. I want to see if I can show you the clips. So you can see this clip here. That one needs to come undone. So it unpops like that. These guys will tend to get in your way when you're trying to put it all back together. They will fall back into place and get directly where you don't want them to be. And then there's going to be another clip. Let me see. Yeah. There's your other clip back behind. A clip, man, around the corner, down inside there. And then there's going to be one in the back corner underneath these guys. So I'm going to use this picking tool to get back in there and see if I can pop those clips loose that are holding the box in place. The rear left-hand side is definitely more accessible than what's going to be happening on the right-hand side. So let's see what happens. There it is. There's that one. Clip that's down in here already appears to be loose, which is pretty funny. It is. Yeah, it is loose. Once you get it down inside there, you're going to be able to tell that it seats because of how it feels. So just when you put it back together, make sure you don't break anything. Go slow and take your time. And I see what they're saying about these things being in your way. You're going to have to use a tool to get down in there to keep them out of your way. That one's out. That one's out. God, that one back there is virtually impossible to see. Okay, so perfect example of why you want to make sure your clips are not hung up under your box. Because I just found out the rear is hung up. And that's why I haven't been able to get it to go on. So really I should get that to go in there first. See if that'll work. Pry it. Gotcha. Good. that one. Gotcha. Success. I have a new air filter in now. So here's how this filter looked. Pretty nasty. Easiest thing to do is to do the clip on the hardest spot. I would do that before I do anything else, because if it gets hung up and you get success on all of the other side, but you're going to find out that the one in the very rear, it didn't seat, and or maybe it's just jammed between the lid and the box itself, which is what I think happened with me. So I unclipped all three. They were success. Got the box loose again. I went back here in the back and started messing with that. I had to use a long screwdriver and a picking tool that's got a hook on the end. So I used this guy and was able to get it underneath and pull up what I needed to pull up. So it is a pain, and I did not time it, which I meant to, but I'm pretty sure I've probably been in here an hour for sure. Now, in looking at the throttle body, I noticed that I had a broken vacuum line back here on, I believe, what is the EGR valve. I went ahead and bought an entire roll of this stuff, the vacuum hose, and I'm replacing the vacuum lines that are running to the canister here. I believe this is a vacuum canister? I don't know what you call this. This is replaced. Let's see. I'm going to replace this little length here and this longer one that runs down here to a sensor. Then I've got another piece right here I want to replace as well. There. And that. Pretty cool to update all these. This particular one, it runs all the way back and drops back behind. So I'm going to go ahead and yank this guy off, which actually was probably the easiest one out of the entire bunch to do. That's pretty funny. Pull him off of there. Here's what it looks like underneath. Your engine is there. You're looking at the driver's side front wheel, and right behind it is this canister. It has up on the top, there's one hose, and then there's a secondary hose, which is the vacuum hose over there on the side. There is no way to get to it besides the front. Okay, I used this little tiny screwdriver and very gently was able to get it in above and into where the hose is connected to the little nipple in there. I was able to pry it off, and I think it's loose right now. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull it out, see if it'll work. A little bit of blood and perseverance and it'll come off. There you have it. I'm going to give myself extra. What I'm going to do to be able to feed it down through here is I'm going to take this and run some clothes hanger through the center of it and then feed it down through there so I can grab the hose and put it on the nipple, and then I can string it up through here and make the connection on the throttle body. And all of this is so I don't have to take the Dad Gem charcoal canister off of the body of the car. Alright, so I'm going to take this and feed it down behind now that I've got the clothes hanger in it. Yeah, awesome. So there's the bottom side of the hose. Clothes hanger is out. Got it. It's where it's supposed to be. I have fed the vacuum line back up and through, and it is now in its position. That completes all those vacuum lines. They are now fully connected. I'm going to crank Crusty up and we'll see if he'll run smoothly, see how he sounds. I got into my 1988 repair manual for the van, where the one vacuum line was broken. That is the EGR valve. The little black canister that's right next to it is called the EGR vacuum modulator. And in looking through the book, I found out, well, there's actually a couple of other vacuum lines that I missed. If you trace these metal lines all the way down through here, you'll notice that it comes down into an area. There's a connection down there where those other two vacuum lines connect to. On the other side, running off the back of the EGR, there are some lines that run over to this side of the engine. You have one hose right here that hooks into this sensor down below there. And then you have a secondary hose right behind it. And that hose is going to come up and hook into this device right here, right on the side of the aluminum body on the top. So you have one hose that connects real close by and one that goes all the way back behind the body in here. And if you reach around behind, you can feel the hard line that it connects into. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, be sure to let me know. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll continue to update as I get more and more things updated on Crusty. And hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you the next time around.